Now I can't get my taskbar to go down. Come on. I just need my taskbar to go down so I can send you the link. No, my taskbar on my computer. It's just staying up. It doesn't want to go down. Because it's stupid Discord. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Discord is gone. Invite. Copy. I'm going to send an element to you guys quickly. Oh. Telling you. Okay, there. I've stuck it in Flatzoid's debate. Hey guys, good to see you guys. Sorry, there's no camera down tonight. I just can't seem to get my camera to work here on StreamYard either. Wow, this is hectic. Yes, Debatable D, I know I'm live, mate. I just quickly sent the link to the people in StreamYard. I can Ellemnet to see they want to come on. And here's the link for you guys if you guys want to come in. Let's see if I can go to my studio quickly. So yeah, I can't get my webcam to work now either, which is really weird. Just doesn't want to work with me. But it's good to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Sorry for this nonsense that's happening, but it's just stuff that happens. There we go. Okay, everything's good there. Everything's good there. Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Peter's in the house. How's it going, mate?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you for coming. Again.
Let's go.
Oh, everybody's popping in now.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Brian is and
Yo.
Michael. Yeah.
Can you hear
Okay.
All good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, my Discord.
Am I clear and everything? It's all good?
I can hear you, Ryan. Yeah.
Cool. It's working now. I can hear you guys too. Perfect.
You were right quiet in Discord for me.
Okay, I'm disconnected
Barely hear
Discord. There we go.
It's weird because everybody said I was loud. Because I was about to change my settings, and I'm like, "Don't change your settings." Like, okay, I won't.
Well, I'm not on my headset anymore, so I might be a little quieter because my face isn't as close to the phone. But
yeah, okay, I've disconnected Discord. Wow, what a catastrophic start to stream tonight. I have to sort this out tomorrow before we go live.
You sound right tinny to me.
Yeah, you do sound a little tinny.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like it's like I'm hearing you through a television, and then you're recording that. It's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, StreamYard tonight. Why would it be doing that?
Sounds like he's in toilet.
Toilet,
huh?
What is it? Is it out there?
They say they hear the panel. That's a good start.
Oh, we can be heard. That's good.
As long as you can hear the panel and you can hear me, then I'm happy. I have no idea why it's doing double.
No, it's all about you, brother.
Input shouldn't be.
What?
Okay, should be microphone.
Oh. Flat.
Is he talking?
No, I don't know. He's disappeared. Sounds disappeared.
He muted himself.
Oh yeah. Okay, he has muted himself. You're right.
Yeah, you lot.
Yeah, he's muted himself. Let's go. You see, he's muted himself. Look.
This is a mess.
Just a little bit.
Oh, it's hot for me.
You still there, Michael?
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah.
I was muted on StreamYard.
Yeah, he was muted. Yeah, we thought you did it
I
deliberately.
didn't know. No, I was busy going in my settings. I'm talking. I can hear me. Can you hear me? But I'm muted on
Yeah,
the Discord.
can hear you.
Terribly.
Can hear you. It's
Okay.
not very nice, but we can hear you.
Okay. Unfortunately, is it okay to bear with it like this tonight?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can deal with
Just so
it.
we can
Yeah, I
have
can
a
hear you good
show.
enough. You're kind of faint, but I can hear you.
Okay. I'll have to figure out what's going on with the settings tomorrow. But yeah, let's try and just, you know,
Oh,
do
somebody's
this.
complaining about
It's just
echoes
a,
or something. Now.
echoes.
The
See
panel's
live,
voices
speak
are
live.
now repeating what they said 2 seconds later.
Why? Why?
Oh, now there's a delay.
Now there's a delay.
Arwin says, "How did you accomplish that, Flatzoid? It sounds even worse."
But at least we can hear something.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it, aren't you?
This is really
Oh,
weird.
Mr. Sparkles, chill out, will you?
Because Mr. Sparkles is just a clown, guys. He's just
He
a
is
troll.
just a
Don't
clown.
bother with that guy. Okay, so
I
I've
might
got
have
this
blocked
one
Mr.
set up.
Sparkles.
Yeah, he's just a clown. That's what I said. Yeah, he's just an idiot.
I'm gonna time him out.
I
Yeah.
have done.
No, Michael's already done it.
Ah.
Now it should work.
That's
Just
better. That's better.
much better.
There, I can hear you better now.
Okay, there we go. Hey, Dislord PC. Okay, guys, now we can try this again.
Yay!
Okay. Settings, damn settings. I don't know why settings have changed, but anyway. Okay, you guys ready to eventually start the show?
Let's do
Whoa.
it.
Let's hope you can hear what's on the screen now. Are you ready to do
Fingers
this?
crossed.
Let's do it.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Okay, I might have to send this over so I can see what the hell's going on. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, let me play and let me know if you can hear it.
Hello and welcome to Seek Truth.
Yeah, we can hear
It's
it.
good.
Hello, I see you in here.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to look at chat right now. So if you guys see any super chats or anything, would you just let me know?
No problem. No problem.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, so this is a STST, Speak Truth, Seek. What? Speak Truth, Seek Truth, whatever.
Yeah.
I
Seek
call it
truth,
Speak.
speak
Seek.
truth.
Yeah, I call it Seek Lies, Speak Lies,
Yeah.
because I still don't believe he ever was a flat earther. But anyway, you're gonna listen to this is just his original video. He brought out a bad day for flat Earth, and when I saw this, I'm like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Why are you bringing out a old, regurgitated, recycled, debunked argument?" You know what I mean? He's brought this out like this brilliant argument that debunks flat Earth,
Yeah.
and this was like something. It was the first thing I saw when I got into flat Earth. I was like, "What the hell?" But yeah, listen to what he says.
Hello and welcome to Seek Truth, Speak Truth, STST. I'm an ex-flat earther. I now use this channel to destroy my previously held beliefs of flat earth.
Yeah, he's fake.
Okay, one thing I want to ask people: if you were a flat earther, would you be proud that to tell everybody, "Look, yeah, I was a flat earther now, and I'm proud to denounce it, and I'm going to do everything I can to destroy it." You know what I mean? Do you think it's something
No.
to be proud of?
No.
It's not even possible going back. You know, it's not
No.
even possible. He's
don't-
just showing what a retard he is and how fake he is.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I agree with this, Lord, because once you see the flat Earth truth, I don't see. It's like Jesus. You can't go back. You know what I mean, I
It
don't
takes
get
too
it.
much to just to turn to flat Earth in the first place. You know, for most people, you know, you don't turn back. If you get there, you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take Ranty for instance. Okay,
Mm.
look, where's he in the scene now?
He's not.
Because he was an actual flat earther. You understand? So it hurts him too much to carry on.
Mhm.
But this guy, it was just a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Let me act as a flat earther in the beginning, and then a few months later, let me become an ex-flat earther and use that as a publicity stunt, because that's all he's done. I mean, we're gonna look now at some of his first videos to say, let's show why it's a flat earth to him, and now look at the difference to now, and you'll see it's like literally not even trying. One of his videos is he goes outside and looks at the clouds. I see it means flat earth. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And I liked Michael's latest video where he literally called him and said, yeah, it shows the character.
Mhm.
You find the truth, and then you go back to the lies. What does that tell you about yourself?
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple of days ago, I released a video which I do believe is the best and most comprehensive debunk that I have personally ever done. I saw this picture of Mount Rainier and realised how devastating it is for flat Earth.
Wow.
Patting himself on the back for an old recycled argument.
It's
Yeah.
devastating.
It's so devastating. Something was debunked in like 2 minutes.
Mhm.
We are
What,
sad
4 years
now.
ago?
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago, wasn't it?
Oh wow. But you see, it's like he's patting himself on the back as like what he saw. So it's his argument, guys. I don't know how we're ever gonna get out of this. Something was debunked 4 years ago.
To be able to have a shadow cast upwards into the clouds is impossible on a flat Earth. It can only work on a globe with the Earth rotating around the sun. As I confirmed in these images you are now seeing, that the only way...
So I want to know, guys, is that how their sun works on their globe model?
It made a balls of that, like, because it's not to do with sun,
Hmm.
Earth rotating around sun. It's Earth turning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, what?
He's supposed to be.
What is he even saying?
They don't
He's-
know their own rhetoric, man. It's stupid.
He's supposed to hold his torch where it is now, okay? Still, okay? And turn that bowl around. That's what he's supposed to do. And is it going to give him his desired result? Look where the line is as well. It's in space. It's not even on his globe.
Yeah.
This is why we say the globers don't know how to do demonstrations, or they don't do demonstrations for a reason, because it's so pathetic. They don't understand what they're showing. But anyway,
Well,
look.
at least it seems that way anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, but look at he brings the torch closer and further away, and look at the size of
Yeah.
that shadow change as well.
an object can cast a shadow upwards is by having the light source below said object. Well, the flat earthers...
See why he puts it much closer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, does their sun go closer to the Earth like this?
I doubt it.
Yeah, weird. Weird how that works.
On their model will be crispified by now.
have come out from under the woodwork, suggested that unfortunately the top of Mount Rainier is indeed in the clouds. So this is not a debunk, and I do accept that if that picture is in the clouds, that image does not debunk flat Earth. So I panicked. I searched and searched, and actually it wasn't.
That's also one thing I want to say. Because he panicked. But what does that tell you? Because he panicked. What does that tell you, guys?
He was doubting it in the first place.
Those damn Globers might have had some with that.
So there's only two scenarios out of this. He panicked because he knows that it is actually flat. He doesn't have an argument.
Yeah.
Or he panicked because how's he going to keep his argument alive? Huh?
I was just laughing.
Well, it depends on who he's talking to.
Yeah.
That hard. Just Googling shadows cast from mountains into the clouds, and then these images here pop up, which show clearly that the top of the mountain is not within the clouds. So I'm afraid you have been debunked, flat earthers. I may have used an image that you could cherry pick and suggest that the top of that mountain was within the clouds, and I'll give it to you. It was difficult to tell. So please wipe away those flirf tears whilst I am showing you.
One thing I have to say,
a
he's very
fucking-
confident. He's
Yeah,
very
he's a
confident
retard.
about this.
Do you think he's got his confidence from cats?
Well, he might have been convinced by a very smart person. Maybe that's all it is.
He's a fake retard, and even if he was a flat earther, you would never speak to flat earthers like that after anyway. You would still be respectful. You were one of them.
Exactly.
You're not, he's completely fake. It's not even fun. You know, it's obvious.
But that's what I'm saying. No, it just gets worse with this guy.
Yeah, he's a total shot.
Other
He's a
pictures
total shot.
that conclusively show the mountain is nowhere near the clouds. Therefore, the light source is below the mountain. The Earth is not flat. The Earth is a globe. It is as simple as that.
Hmm.
There is no getting away from it. The only evidence we ever see is evidence for a globe, and the
It sort of like sounds like he's trying to convince himself here.
Well, that's that. Globe's a globe, and that's that. Just pack up and let's get away and accept it, innit? Wow.
So in other words, his incredulity,
Yeah,
his incredulity means globe Earth.
of course. Because
Yeah.
he's incredulous, yeah, it's globe Earth.
I like the simpler term, charlatan.
Well, yeah,
Ah,
big sham.
only evidence for a flat Earth we ever see is denial, nuh-uh, run. So there we have it, guys.
I want you guys also to take note what he just said. Only evidence for every single flat Earth is denial, not run.
Yeah.
Tell me, who's the ones that's always showing demonstrations for what we observe?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the ones always explaining what we observe?
Mm.
Who's the ones always going out to debate what we observe?
Exactly. I the only ones I see running is the Globers. I don't see them anyone running towards you or towards anyone else like Nathan or QE or anybody like that, do they? They just run away from them.
But did you see how he projected his cowardice onto us? He just made a claim now. Oh, look, shadow. So therefore globe. So therefore it's not a flat Earth. Boo-hoo. Nothing you're going to present is going to change that. Isn't that practically what he's just said?
Of course.
He should just shut his channel down now. He's done. He's proven it. It's over. That's what he's
But
saying.
don't worry.
No?
The next video we're going to show is literally him throwing his globe in the rubbish bin, guys. Literally.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Guys, now most times when I speak, I don't see that little circle around my picture. It's confusing.
But I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear what you're saying.
I just get. I'm like, did I say that or should I say it again? You know? Okay, yeah, it should be fine, I guess.
Inclusive. The Earth is a
Yeah, I
globe.
guess StreamYard doesn't. It's hard to see that little button lighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it on everybody else easily.
It's just a little
I
grayscale.
don't see it on Discord either.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
see it on all of you guys.
I can see it in yours, Dislord, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
go,
it's lighting up on yours too, bro.
it doesn't go as wide as ours. For some reason.
Yeah. Right now I see not. Okay, yeah, it's tiny. It's almost not there.
Yeah.
All right.
It changed the
How's
dial.
Jay?
Avatar must be too chubby for it.
I've got a super chat. Why you guys didn't,
Oh,
why you guys
there it
didn't let me
is.
know?
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, this is much better.
Now the
Thank you.
diameter of your circle's a lot bigger.
Thank you, Lumpy Gas, for your Lumpy Gas back a $5 super chat. It says 5. Yeah, thanks, Flatzoid. Thanks for what?
Lumpy gas in a vacuum.
He's probably thinking you're forgetting the stream going.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You rock.
Thank you for the most professional stream yet.
Yeah, it's very professional.
We're going petrol shopping afterwards.
Petrol. Oh yeah, this is the same guy that says petrol. It doesn't exist, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Wow.
He says it's gasoline. No, that was another guy. I'm sure it was him, wasn't it?
Oh, this.
He said what now? He said petroleum doesn't exist?
Someone's argument against me was because I say the word petrol. It's the correct word is gasoline.
Well, but it's all a byproduct of crude oil. But yeah, technically, it's petroleum. It's the petroleum distillate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it properly, yeah.
Yeah, but we call it petrol. We don't call it gasoline.
Yeah, I know.
That
I
doesn't
think
mean
it's funny too because we don't call it that here, but I don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, you just got to get used to people saying it.
Yeah, we call
But
it
what?
petrol
Yeah.
as well.
But petrol is directly from the name of petroleum,
Yeah, of course.
so it could confuse.
Yeah, we're gonna really watch the rest of this video quickly.
If you did like the video, please hit like, subscribe.
Okay, this was just his other. If you did like a video, okay.
Make sure your voice is nice and balanced, so it doesn't sound like you're changing it at all.
See, there we go. Meeting the man who helped me leave Flat Earth. Okay, so we'll go to that video now, but I just want to go to his beginning of his videos quickly, just to show you something, a background of this guy with his so-called, when he was a so-called Flat Earther. I mean, it wasn't... Okay, This is the first one, okay? I mean, he's just this is Dick. Experiment proving we live on a plane. Look here, 45 seconds long.
Hello, Temba. What
Hello.
can I do for you?
No.
Weather report, stock prices, shopping list.
I gotta be careful
Just
what I
grab
say.
your ass.
Just look at this, guys. This is his video proving flat Earth now. Okay, just look at this.
Before you start it, Flats, Mr. 42 says he's glad that you've got your channel back.
Thank you, Mr. 42. Already nice to Mr. 42. A shout out to him. He actually backed up all my videos, guys, as well.
Oh, fair play to you, man.
So
I was
he's-
hoping somebody did that for you. I just wasn't sure if there was people around that did that kind of thing.
So shout out to
You
Mr.
gotta
42.
have the space, that's for sure.
So thank you very much, 42. Really appreciate it, mate. Okay, so this is his flat Earth experiment proving we live on a plane. And then look, he edited off that. I was wrong. It's not flat. But just look at what he's saying here, guys. Just look how he proves this apparently.
Get that sky.
Okay, look at that sky.
It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Nice and flat levels.
Hmm. But I mean, he
Let's get a
says
tape. Let's get a
flat
tape up there.
Really flat.
Oh, the cloud did a
See
little
what I'm-
curve in the right side.
But look what he's saying is perfectly flat, guys.
Yeah, that's
This
not.
piece of wood.
Yeah,
Isn't that the top of the building or something?
That's what I'm saying.
all over the place.
But that's what I'm saying. This is just satire, guys. He was just trolling.
It looks
Come
like
on.
a fence.
Yeah, fence or whatever.
Well, so, I mean, no, decent flat earth that would be proof.
You understand? He comes here.
It's
had an
Shelby.
experiment.
You can see
And then
there's a
he-
little thing in the right side of that fence, a little crack or
No king.
right there, yeah.
But you understand what I'm
Little
saying?
bit to the- yeah.
If he was really a flat earther, this looks like a trolling video. You know what I mean? Like trying to make fun of flat earth.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it absolutely is.
you can see this on. I mean, there's just nothing serious about this.
Fence.
Look at this. I mean, really?
Is he really just proving it? He just proving himself wrong.
Earth is flat, guys. Sun is local.
You see?
Yeah, he even said
I-
that with that facetiousness in his voice. You know what I mean?
And you want to tell me that he was a so-called real flat earther?
He sucks ass.
Okay, let's look at another one.
He just made that stunt to get into the scene.
That's
Do
what
we
I
have
said. This. We'll just look at the quick ones.
Hello, welcome to Seek Truth and Speak Truth. It's the moon that we can see here,
You're joking.
approaching evening time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I saw the other night.
Out.
But
That's what
tell
you
me
see
again.
always.
But you understand what I'm saying? It gives me red flags when the guy says he was a flat earther.
Yeah.
These
Was
are
it?
the so-called videos that he was trying to prove flat earth with.
He hasn't even tried.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Go outside. Ooh,
Is he
look,
serious?
my fence. My fence. Or look, a moon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hello. And
There's
he's
no
so
evidence at
sarcastic.
all. Yeah.
And he's so sarcastic the way he's saying it.
Absolutely.
So the sun is still shining across the flat plain. If we were on a ball and I've been able to see the moon and the sun for about the last 4 or 5 hours, what's on the other side? What's on the other side of the ball? The moon sync shots that are coming up at the moment are the biggest flat earth proof I've seen and known. Pictures from Australia.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's so I can't even really tell what he's saying because he's so drivel. It's like,
It's cringe. It's cringe.
Where do you find these guys? I don't even know half of these idiots we go through.
He is droll.
I feel like I'm being put to sleep or put into a trance or something instead of being told something.
He is droll.
Where
I'm
do
sorry,
they pop up
but-
from?
This can't be serious. I'm sorry.
Are they coming from the other side of the ball? Because I've never seen them before.
Aliens from the other side of the ball.
Australia and England pointing at the same moon at the same time, and they're at the same angle. If the sun was now going under the ball, the moon, that half crescent shape, would slowly turn. At the minute it's 90 degrees because the sun is opposite the moon. If within the next, say, 3 or 4 hours we suddenly saw this change, and you would basically see the bottom half of the moon illuminated because the sun's gone underneath it because it's the other side of Earth.
See, that doesn't even make sense.
Mhm.
He's saying the moon is going down. So that
Yeah.
means the sun's going to be higher than the moon, not the other way around.
Yeah.
If the moon's going up and the sun's going down, then
Yeah.
oh man,
He's talking like the sun's underneath the moon.
he's really
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
It's called a moon down, guys. Don't you even know that?
okay. But I think that's enough of that. We can just looking at that stuff. You can see there's a big difference and why I think he's fake.
Oh yeah.
It's very
Completely
troll-like and really sarcastic and idiotic arguments. All these so-called flat Earth proofs were that way.
Yeah. So this convinces me now. This is the guy that Katz was going to show me about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
He's a clickbaiter. Clickbaiter.
It's a clickbait, exactly. Okay, so this is the video I actually wanted to bring out for everybody to see. Let's see if this advert can stop sometime. It actually felt good to eat something today.
That's
for the
emphasis right
first
there too.
time. Before we do
So I
that,
better test this out.
I just want to first, before we do that, I just want to see if there is any chat. Anyway, it's good to see everybody. Thank you for coming. Please do share the show. Hit the likes. Really do appreciate it. Did someone send another super chat?
Yeah, you've got some 5 gifted.
Alan Norstrand.
Yeah, gifted 5 memberships.
Thank you, Alan Norstrand, for gifting 5 memberships, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You rock, mate. Oh, and by the way,
Mange
I think
tak for panelet.
I'm sure he's home now. Very happy. I think he was missing home because he was in Denmark for a while.
Oh yeah, is he back?
Oh, has he been here? Well, how dare he be here and not say so?
He was there a while.
I'm constantly here, you know, sadly.
That doesn't sound like a very nice place, though.
Yeah, it's probably what most people would want their country to be, but it still sucks.
Tell me a country that isn't.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just a different title for it. That's all.
Uh-huh.
It's like it sucks where I'm at. It sucks where
We
everybody's
do
at.
have some advantages most countries don't, you know. You literally can live your whole life not working and getting paid, you know. But you do have to fight a little in that case. But you know, there's some things that's good, and there's a lot that's not.
Okay. Guys, chat for 2 seconds. I just want to quickly get a chair to my mother-in-law.
But you gotta hate our country for helping Ukraine so much as they do right now. You know, we're literally giving everything away to them, and you know, I mean, there's nothing left soon for us.
Same here, mate.
Giving everything away.
Other countries always get involved, don't they?
We should not even get involved. It's ridiculous. We're a tiny country. We are dead in a second if someone actually attacks. You know, even though all the war shit is fake.
We've supposedly just given 2 billion to
sorry, guys, I'm
climate
back.
change.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I just had to.
We're sending tanks and shit now. They just received our tanks and shit. It's crazy. I don't know what this is. It's stupid. We don't have money for this, that, and the old people, they need bad food and bad treatment. Oh, we can't help them. There's no money, but we send tanks and money to Ukraine constantly, you know?
Makes so much sense.
Well, they send it to somebody, but who do they send it to?
We have no money, but we got so much money to send to other countries.
Well, look at us. We don't have power, but as soon as there's something like a rugby or soccer World Cup or some special sports event, then we got power all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if there's money to be made, then we'll get involved. Yeah, of course.
Okay, you guys ready to go into this? Now it says Flatzoid, a flat Earth liar exposed. Now notice, guys, I think, should we first watch my video? I think that might be a good idea. So you know the context of, because I just watched that video from him and decided, wow, this is nonsense. Let me just show my video quickly. Make a video and show what an idiotic video it is. because it's stupid. Oh wait, this is not wrong channel. I'm on my backup channel. By the way, everybody that hasn't subscribed to my backup channel, please do so. Really, really appreciate it. That does help to have a backup channel now in case something does happen.
Just Googling shadow.
Okay, so this is my response video to his video that we just watched, okay? So I'm just going to let it play through and then it gives the gist of it.
Just Googling shadows cast from mountains into the clouds.
That you do.
Hello and welcome to Seek Truth, Speak Truth, STST.
What was that?
Flat Earther. I now use this channel to destroy my previously held beliefs of Flat Earth.
What?
A couple of days ago, I released a video which I do believe is the best and most comprehensive debunk that I have personally ever done.
Wow, he's got a big head, didn't he?
And realised how devastating it is for Flat Earth. To be able to have a shadow cast upwards into the clouds is impossible on a flat Earth.
Notice, guys, this was 2019. Which year are we in now?
Hi, everyone. Greetings from Northern Michigan. This is Bob, the Science Guy. You know,
But like I said, notice this was 2019, guys. We are year 2023 now, correct?
Yeah.
So it's a very old argument, 4 years ago. Okay.
Is that who I think it is?
Sorry?
The guy right there, that guy, isn't he a flat earther that puts out content?
Bob the Science Guy.
Oh no, that's different. Oh, I know. Yeah, okay, I got it mixed up.
P-Brain also did quite a good extensive debunking of this as well.
Yeah, P-Brain puts his face in there, and I always thought that was P-Brain. My bad.
video on this and some other wonderful shots of Mount Rainier casting a shadow at the setting sun onto the clouds above the mountaintop. This, of course, is a proof.
Can you hear my
of the
tumble dryer in the background there?
spherical Earth, how sunsets occur. For a shadow such
I can explain this to you. I mean, if you're willing to listen.
It's very
I
easy.
had the same idea.
I
as
said,
well.
yeah, and that video's audio is not very
Only
high
work on a
volume.
globe.
Yeah, the reason I recorded it with the background is so it has more of a feel. I'm actually recording it with the video camera for them. Just so he knows it's old.
I'm glad to hear you say that. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
With the Earth rotating around the sun. As I confirmed in these images you are now seeing, that the only way an object can cast a shadow upwards is by having the light source below said object. Well, the flat earthers have come out from under the woodwork, suggested that unfortunately the top of Mount Rainier is indeed...
Why does he say flat earthers instead of saying who he's talking to?
Sorry? What is it?
Why does he use the words flat earthers instead of just saying like Flatzoid or so-and-so or whoever said the word? Because, like, you know, we all have a little bit different beliefs, right? There's some different...
No, we don't.
You know.
We are all just as stupid.
We're just the same. We're just the same ignorant, I guess, huh? Well, I mean, that to me, that's logical, right? That people are going to have differences. Like, we're going to have religious differences. We're going to have all that, but that's okay. As long as we can get along and talk about them without being angry at each other, I don't see any reason or any problem with it, right?
Yeah. But remember, this is his original video that my response to his original video, just to say, why is he using recycled debunk arguments? That's all. So it wasn't specifically to any flat earther on this video. This one was to all flat earthers, because the guy, I don't know if he's been hiding under a rock or anything.
Even though we're all different, he just I see he's trying to broad spectrum it.
He's hiding under a ball now.
Yeah, I want to see if this is what. Look how close he's putting his son as well.
Except that if that picture is in the clouds, that image does not debunk flat Earth. So I panicked. I searched and searched, and actually it wasn't that hard.
Are you sure?
I need a Kleenex.
This is me 3 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, sorry. Almost 3 years ago.
Ooh, time warp.
So tell me something. It's amazing how I'm able to tell the future to do something to debunk what he's bringing out this year, correct?
Yeah.
So look what I said specifically, demonstrating a setting sun on a flat earth behind the angle limitation. Would this limitation be the mountain? It's just me in the spray booth explaining this.
Make sure you look for cobwebs.
Okay. Yeah, with the cause. Now look how high the sun is. This is the sun gun. It stays that elevation all the way through, guys. Can we see it?
No.
No. Why? Because the mount is in the way, correct?
Yep.
Has it physically changed altitude?
No.
Mm-hmm. That was just me to show. Listen, yeah, look, it's going apparent, having apparent setting, just like it would in the sun. Now remember, my spray booth is only so long. If I was able to have a longer spray booth, I can do a bit difference, because you only have limitations to what you can work with. So if I can want to get a warehouse sometime, I can probably do other demonstrations as well.
We need to do one where we can mount some to the wall that's on a zipper that runs down the wall like a camera, so you can see it from different angles. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to turn the camera around. Look at the shadow. Look at that shadow compared to the line there. Okay, you can see it.
Yep.
Now, what's going to happen? Look as I move it away. Is that shadow growing?
Yep.
And again, the light is not physically dropping. It's only apparently dropping. It has an angle. The angles are getting limited. Correct?
Yeah.
Eventually, you can't even see anything. There it is. See, it's all the way in the corner again. Lifting it up. See, it's the same. It's still higher. Now I use their tin to represent their physical curve. Light sitting behind physical obstruction. See, it was even nice enough to do a demonstration for their globe. Just lifting it up and down, just like the globe would show, you know, the Earth rotating around, and the sun would be staying at the same distance.
You're getting nothing.
So now I'm going to just turn the camera around again. So you turn around. Okay, this is 100 starts behind the physical obstruction. There we go, you see? It goes up, the shadow. Just like we expect with the light source when it's
Just
moving.
Googling shadows.
Optical illusion, my friend.
Into the
Yeah, but you see, that's physically getting blocked by the so-called Earth curve, which be the paint tin can. So that mountain that I put there didn't actually do anything besides the paint tin can. The thing is, I replicated that same effect on a flat surface by having a mountain, because the angle would occult. That's how the angles work. They get occulted because it gets too narrow. And that's why we were able to get the so-called setting sun and the shadow on the mountain. Now, if I had a long enough distance, like I said, a warehouse or something, and a strong enough light source, we would get the shadow cast upwards onto the clouds if I had the correct distance and light source. Because remember, I'm very limited to the space I got there. But I gave the argument that if I move it away, it will still get occulted, aka the mountain will occult the light source just due to the angle, and the shadow will grow due to that light source moving away in the distance and the angles getting smaller, and I shall have the shadow on top of in the bottom of the clouds. Now, this is also noting that I don't even have to talk about reflection, because we'll get to that with Michael's demonstration, because that's also just a given. Yeah. You get reflection off of the ground, you get reflection off of the sky, you get reflection off of anything. The fact this guy doesn't understand. Yeah, the fact this guy doesn't understand that where there's light present, there's reflection, is mind-boggling.
You need to paint the floor, a part of the floor, ultra black paint that doesn't reflect any light at all, or whatever it is, so you can show what would happen if it was totally black. See what I'm saying? That would show you some stuff too.
See, the old point in what I showed were just to disprove the fact that you can get an upward shadow with an eye light source. Flatzoid were better because that one were actually modelling what's happening on a flat Earth. I ain't got that room.
Yeah, I mean, what you did specific.
Yeah, sorry, they're both good demonstrations like that.
Yeah, but you see,
No, you
what
did a great
Michael
job, bro.
did, yeah, what Michael did was show him it's impossible. Because he made a very bold claim. But we're going to get to that. Let's just finish it. We'll get to that.
The clouds, and then these images here pop up, which show clearly that the top of the mountain is not within the clouds. So I'm afraid you have been debunked, flat earthers.
Notice that there's a lake or there's ocean behind it and in front of it, so that's a big factor there.
Exactly.
I'm thinking about making a little thing in my garden to show this because they got a little bit more room than you do in your garage.
Yeah, you should have a go, mate. If you need, but obviously you will need a strong light source.
Look at globes are usually flat.
I have this spotlight I bought that you plug into the wall, and it's pretty damn bright. It blinds everybody, even people in their houses next door. They do turn that light away from my eyes, dude. It's like right in my face.
Yeah, it's those horrible LED spotlights.
As simple as that. There is no
Exactly.
getting away from it. The only evidence we ever see is evidence for a globe, and the only evidence for a flat Earth we ever see is denial, nuh-uh, run. So there we have it, guys. Conclusive. The Earth is flat.
Conclusive, the Earth is flat. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So,
I wonder if we had like tea and crumpets with him, if he would have, and we showed him this what you just showed him this demonstration right in front of his eyes, if he'd still argue with you.
that's why I wanted him to come here and actually have a conversation with me, because I want to see him actually be able to have questions put to him, and then I want to see if he's going to be able to answer them. Because the video we're going to show that he brought up later, wow, dishonesty on a whole different level.
Well, I've had about 30 comments off him today. Everyone is not answered.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
Michael.
sure somebody can surprise us, but yeah, I mean, I can't hear where you're coming from. Absolutely.
He would never show
So,
up.
yeah, probably not. I wouldn't. I mean, if I knew, I mean, like if I knew I was a shill and I was telling lies on purpose, then no, I wouldn't want to get involved in that because I wouldn't want to get exposed. I want to keep my job, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is Michael's latest video, guys. If you haven't watched it, where have you been? I'd definitely go and watch it. Subscribe to Michael.
I think I did watch it, but yeah, check it out.
But yeah. So, this is Michael's reply to his idiotic claim. Now, listen to what Michael says. It's very specific. This is what I liked about it, Michael. You took what he said, his exact words, and you just rebutted his exact words using a demonstration. That was it.
Yep. You win.
Yep.
So I come across this video. Just pause it 1 minute. I even replayed his claim in between each observation that I showed.
Exactly.
Just to hammer it home, like, and I've literally had about 100 comments today, and not one person's even clicked on,
Exactly. But like I said, you literally attacked his argument with demonstration. And what have you got in return? Nah. Correct?
Yep, pretty much.
So his projection, the same thing he claims flat earthers do, is nah and run away, is a lie, correct? Because I showed a demonstration. Is that running away saying nah? No. Michael Kahn has been showing demonstrations. Is that running away saying nah?
Definitely.
No. And what do we get from him?
Even if I were totally wrong, like, at least I've tried.
But what do we get from him? Just nah, you didn't debunk.
You get the script and the dribble, yes. Pretty much.
Drove. And he's bringing a really old globe claim back up again. I don't know why ballers seem to do all this. I mean, it was debunked years ago.
Exactly.
But I think what it is arguments are killing these people, so all they can do is keep rehashing old arguments. But this is what we have to deal with. So let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
Hello, welcome to Seek Truth, Speak Truth.
Who maybe doesn't know what the truth is.
Thank you so much for clicking play today. I'm an ex-flat earther and I use this channel to destroy the notion of my previously held beliefs.
Ex-flat earther. So you found truth and then you went back into lie.
Exactly. That's exactly my reaction when you said that. Yeah, how do you claim to find truth and then go back to the lie? How does that work?
It
It's
doesn't.
all kinds of stupid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me he's not even telling us what changed him, what convinced him that, you know, he was wrong or whatever.
Well, like I said, if we looked at those 2 videos that I showed where that made him showing why it's a flat earth, that doesn't convince me that he was a flat earther, because it's the most pathetic attempt at trying to prove flat earth I've ever seen. It's literally troll-like and sarcastic. It's satire.
Yeah, exactly. Satire. That's a good word.
And like it is proof what to look at Sky. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I can confidently say I reckon most people have come to flat earth realizes it was something to do with ground or water being leveled. You know what I mean? Not looking at
Yeah,
Sky.
nothing to do with the sky, no.
Yeah, but not just that. He looks at a fence and says, "You see, my fence is flat, so the earth is flat." I mean,
Yeah, just
what the hell?
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken him seriously. I would have just deleted his. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing serious about that guy. And look how much, how can I put it? How much more effort he's put into since he came out as a so-called ex-flat earther.
yeah.
Remember, Flatzoid, though, you got to be careful who you interview and who you ask questions, because sometimes you find out some of your heroes or some of the people that, you know, might have even helped convince you with their speak.
Mm-hmm.
You find out that they've fallen to this. And it's
Exactly.
real sad, but it's true.
Yep,
Yeah, we agree with that, yeah.
definitely.
Says a lot about your mentality, mate.
And I'm not sure if they're threatened or paid or what happens. All I know is that I've seen people that I thought were really close to me and friend with me just like literally change their minds and start just not talking to me and just being weird. It's just like, what?
Yeah, it's weird how some of the people, especially anti-flat earthers, they get really weird.
And has been a back and forth with Flatzoid, claiming to be a flat.
I don't really think they're a back and forth. Like, I think you made a claim and Flatzoid showed you a couple of year-old video where he already debunked this.
Yeah, guys, did anybody see a back and forth between me and him?
No, none whatsoever.
He made a video, so I just said,
Yeah, I
why
saw
you
part of this. It was
showing a
hilarious.
recycled video? So I just showed my video saying it's been debunked. So I don't know where's his back and forth. So that's a lie. Or he doesn't know what a back and forth is.
But
Who is that guy? That guy's funny.
But
it's off young ones.
that he does.
Sorry?
It's off young ones.
No, man, it's you. You laughing in the background, Michael.
What is it?
I wish I could laugh like that.
Oh, I can laugh pretty funny, but I don't know if I can do it that good.
Fake things to get his results, and I have evidence here again that he has been caught using parlor tricks.
Okay, what parlor tricks have I used, guys? And what faking have I been doing?
I didn't see any parlor tricks.
Really weird. But we'll get to that when his video shows now as well. But note that bold claim saying I'd used parlor tricks in our fake videos. Huh.
How does he know you're using parlor tricks unless he's using them too?
Yeah, but it's weird. You first have to use parlor tricks to use parlor tricks. And it's a very...
I want to know how you do it.
Very bad statement to make. I'm just faking everything and kind of character assassination is. And I would like him to give me the evidence for all these claims he's made. You guys agree?
Absolutely.
Because
I do. Absolutely.
I claim he was never a real flat earther. I have the evidence for it. I show his videos of when he was so-called pushing flat earth, and you can clearly see it's just sarcastic and trolling.
It's half-assed. It's half-assed.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no conviction in it.
It was stupid.
And we're definitely not the first ones to figure this out, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
to try and debunk.
Because I've heard other people questioning about this particular guy.
Exactly. And I mean, since he became so-called out as an ex-flat earther, he's been using that market ploy the whole time. For a few months, he was saying, oh, I was like the biggest meme on Reddit, declowning my face. You know what I mean? Proud of it. I mean, come on. You're not going to go and promote yourself as being proud that you were a flat earther if you really didn't believe it was flat.
I suggest that these are actors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know we don't want to really think that people would actually get hired to do such a thing, but is it really possible? I think it is. I mean, that theory that popped up really hit home with me.
You'll be surprised.
Parlor tricks, biggest parlor trick going is Globe Earth, mate.
Mm-hmm.
And why all this groundwork? Why character assassination? Why muddying waters? Why poisoning well? Why can't you just make your claim, show your proof, and there you go?
What he does nothing to debunk.
And what's wrong with putting it out there as like a scientific, hypothesis type of thing and using that, kind of thing in order to like at least make it look good to where it shows that you're following the physics that we all understand. It keeps people on the same page. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
I mean, in general, like, if I was going to make a video, like I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of on their level, like when they make these videos, what are they thinking? You know what I'm saying? And I can't quite do it. So I'm just guessing like why they would do the things they do.
I think their videos are just for clicks. It's just for clickbait. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just money for this guy. It's not for truth, as he puts it.
Because it doesn't matter whether you believe it. It's just a matter of whether you click on it and watch it or not.
Exactly. Because if it was for truth, the guy wouldn't be saying the things he's saying now without having any backup for them. So I'm going to wait for his claims, that his backup for the claims he's made, because it's quite serious claims to make. And then we'll see how much truth there really is in this guy. But don't worry, he actually debunks himself in his own video with a so-called parlor trick.
He's made one of the most stupidest comments I've ever read today.
Yeah, maybe we can still go through that comment.
You just show me short if you want.
Yeah.
To my claim, but we will go through.
I'm seeing some serious projection here.
Through this, and we will show you exactly how dishonest these flat earthers are and the tricks they have to use to con people into believing in flat earth. So I've been showing this image here, which clearly shows a shadow being cast upwards into the clouds. With this evidence I'm now showing you in a demonstration I did, I have shown that the only way a shadow can be cast upwards is if the light source is below the object casting the shadow. So this is...
So only way you can get an upward casted shadow is if the light source is below the object casting the shadow.
Very bold claim, yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think you've got a clear understanding of how light works.
And yeah, you totally demolish him,
Flatzoid
Michael.
needs to debunk. He needs to show me a light source above an object, and also then that object casting a shadow upwards whilst the light source is above it.
And that's exactly what you did, Michael.
Exactly what you did. In two different ways.
Mm-hmm.
If he cannot do that, his claim that the Earth is flat has been debunked. So,
well, I don't really understand what shadows have to do with shape of Earth, but I'm gonna have a go at debunking your claim. Not Flatzoid.
Piece of paper, flat clouds. Piece of cardboard representing Mount Rainier.
Tesco's paprika.
From above. And as you can see, shadow. There's a shadow cast up underneath the clouds. Weird how that works, eh, guys? Shadow cast up underneath the clouds.
The only way a shadow can be cast upwards is if the light source is below the object casting the shadow.
Like I said, you heard that. The only way, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a very specific claim. And Michael, you just showed it was above.
Yeah.
So it's not the only way then.
No.
So what is he supposed to do then after this? Concede and say, yeah, I was wrong, correct?
You should do.
You would have
That's
thought
what
so.
Yeah, I thought he's for truth.
Been proven
But
wrong
it-
in 2 different ways.
It's just to hit me
Double
with
down.
about 50 comments, and I've had about 50 different soccer accounts, and nobody's addressed it.
Mm-hmm. But don't worry, we're going to look at that short as well from yours. That's crazy.
So that sun's way up there above my window.
There's a shadow.
But yeah, I'm still getting a shadow on my ceiling.
And how far is the sun above your window, Michael? Just a little bit, or like way above it?
No, it's way
Sky.
above it.
Who knows how high it is?
That's why I always let the Globers also know there's a difference between daylight and sunlight.
Exactly.
Mm.
I think that's two brilliant ways of debunking them. Fantastic.
Is below the object casting the shadow.
That sun's the opposite side of flat. See its shadow there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Still have a shadow.
there's still a shadow from flat shade on the ceiling.
Uh-oh.
The only way a shadow can be cast upwards is if the light source is below the object casting the shadow.
Light's a funny thing to claim to understand it is a fool's errand. Exactly.
Right. That.
Can you tell Flat to tag Ryan X?
Tag him? Why?
I don't know.
What must I do with Ryan S?
Oh, right. Oh, can you tag him in? You see, apparently he's not in.
Oh, sorry,
Right.
Ryan. I didn't know you were out, mate.
Got cut off. That's all. I accidentally hit the back button instead of the close button on the top corner, and it made me leave, and I had to come back in, and then he had to tag me.
Can I just address Mr. Sparkles? Listen to what he claimed and what I showed.
Please do.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Fluff Checker, for your £2 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. He says McToon has paid the kidnappers to keep Ryan Leak. Well, they're all working together.
It seems that way, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Guys, it's very simple. The claim is that the only way we can have the shadow is if the light source is below. Michael just demonstrated the light source is above, and yet we have the shadow. The light source is on the other side of his house, and yet he has the shadow.
Yep.
I showed that we can still have the so-called apparent setting sun on a flat Earth, and it's occulted because of the angle, which gives the shadow. We just literally debunked his arguments like it's, well, yeah, as it is, rubbish. Now we're going to watch his video. Okay, I was going to just be a repeat of what he said now in the beginning. But let's go.
Hello, welcome to Seek Truth, Seek Truth. Thank you so much for clicking play today. I'm an ex-flat earther, and I...
Sorry, guys,
Wait, what did he say? An expert earther? Is that what he said?
Thanks.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Wow,
Okay.
he's just smearing every expert in the world, man. I'd get mad.
But yeah, he starts off with poisoning the well and character assassination. That tells you he doesn't have an argument.
Well, it lets you know that you don't have to waste your time watching it sometimes, I guess. That's what I do. I just keep skipping it.
Show that shot, Flatzoid.
the notion of my previously held beliefs. Now, the last couple of videos I've done has been a back and forth with Flatzoid, claiming to be a flat earther, but we've seen evidence before that he does fake things.
Okay, so there's two claims there. Claim one,
Wow.
we had a back and forth. I would like him to provide evidence where we've had this back and forth he's claiming, because it's first time I've heard about this. Second of all, he's claiming I'm a fake flat earther, guys.
He's maybe absorbed the spirits of cats. He thinks it's cats.
Sounds personal to me.
It sounds very personal. And I mean, claiming I'm a flat earther, I would like him to back that up. and also another claim. So it's 3 claims there, saying I'm faking everything. So will we expect evidence for these 3 claims, guys?
Yeah, I would
That's how
expect
it
something
works.
like, here, this is what he did, and this is why he's lying, right?
Yeah, so I would like an actual video from him showing where we had this back and forth, why he says I'm a fake flat earther, and then why and then the proof of how I fake the things.
You know why? Because Kat said it, so he's like parrot it.
Yeah, but you said all flat earthers were dishonest, but he was a flat earther, so that makes him dishonest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true, Vicky. That's true.
Good point.
Good point, Vicky.
To get his results, and I have evidence here again that he has been caught using parlor tricks to try and debunk my claim.
And I used parlor tricks to debunk his claim. Remember, note I said my demonstration was out 3 years ago. His argument only came out this year now, recently, 7 days ago, something. Correct?
Yeah.
How the hell did I do that? Did I go back in the past and make a video quickly to debunk what's going to happen in the future? No, because we debunked this argument 4 years ago with Bob the Science Guy making this exact idiotic argument.
Yeah, I remember when that went on.
I think
ages ago.
Yeah,
I get the feeling there's a CEO behind all this, them teaching them how to use us and our arguments as a way to step off and get clicks and likes.
Like they just look though and claim, you know what I mean? They don't put any thought into it. Like, and I think that what Taboo Conspiracy has been looking into it is a really, really big problem for Globe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen.
I don't know if you'll get time to get into that.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though what he does nothing to debunk anything at all. It's not even relevant to my claim.
Another lie. What was my demonstration, guys? The sun setting due to its angle, due to the limited angle, correct?
Yeah.
And what was happening? That the mountain cast a shadow because of that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like we can control the sun and make it go up and down near a mountain and actually test it that way, but we can test it in small ways, and light should work the same. It's parallel lines. Why would it be different? I mean, yeah, you can probably say that there'd be little mixes of differences because of the distances, but it should still pan out, I think.
But you heard what he says. His claim was my demonstration had nothing to do with debunking his argument. It had everything to do with it. Moving the light source further away showed the Earth to have an apparent sunset due to perspective, and because of the occultation due to that angle, the physical mountain, or this partition, the physical mountain, yes, it's representing a mountain, casts a shadow on another mountain.
Yep. So from what I've gathered from what he said to me today, I think he thinks your mountain is a rising or something, because he kept claiming you've proved curve. And I was like,
how?
What, on a flat floor?
Exactly how? So in other words, a mountain's not physical anymore, guys.
Yeah, you prove, like you said, you prove curve on a flat floor. Excellent. Brilliant.
I mean, a lot of times I drive on the way to work and I can see the moon. Okay, I live 3 kilometers away from work. When I get to work, I can't see the moon anymore because the mountain is in the way. And I moved closer to the moon. Why? Because that physical mountain has an angle between, well, the physical mountain is blocking me from my physical angle to see the moon. It's as simple as that. It's just angles are limited. It's foreshortening. It's occultation.
See, this is my issue with this. I can't understand how they can't get it.
It's so simple.
You would taught these sort of things in art.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like they won't accept it unless it's not logical or something.
I can't help but think there's dishonesty to it. I can't.
It is.
That's the only logical explanation. Exactly. That's kind of what I was hinting at.
He's just projecting his dishonesty onto me. That's all. That's all he's doing.
but we will go through this and we will show you exactly how dishonest these flat
let's
earthers
see.
are and the tricks they have to use to
Show
con
us.
people into believing in flat earth.
So, guys, all flat earthers are con men now as well.
Yeah.
And he's going to show how we are deceiving.
Yeah.
Great.
What do we get out of conning people that is flat earth?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, please show us. I'm waiting for the evidence.
But he's making very specific claims here. And I'm going to expect him to back these up with actual evidence, not just nah.
Earth. So I've been showing this image here, which clearly shows a shadow being cast upwards into the clouds. With this evidence I'm now showing you in a demonstration I did, I have shown that the only way a shadow can be cast upwards is if the light source is below the object casting the shadow.
Yes,
So
you
this-
silly. It's because it bounces off the ground and it goes up and it hits the cloud. Hello.
But you know what? He can take his torch and just stick it there in line or even above that rim of that pot plant or whatever and move it at the distance.
Sorry, Flatzoid.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I was just
Go
going to say to Ryan, one of the best things I've been told today is sun goes in all directions. It's not like a torch.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
That's
But
funny.
you know what's idiotic about that? But you know what's idiotic about that?
So no parallel rays.
Yeah, a torch has divergent light rays, just like the sun has divergent light rays.
Yeah.
So not parallel then.
Especially something that has like a back like mirror behind it, it will actually cause even more refractive light, which will cause you more, depending on the light you use, it's going to give you different effects. That's what we're trying to say, is that there's too many effects. There's too much refraction, diffraction, reflection, absorption. There's all this stuff going on. There's stuff in the air. There's all these things that makes it to where you can't really see what the actual, horizon really looks like, because it's always augmented by something. So you can't be sure of something like that,
Yeah, but the guy who said that to me, Ryan, it was a soccer account, so it could well have been this guy. But either way, it was white knighting for this guy, and he was telling me I can't use a torch when this idiot's using a torch.
It's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's
Double
retarded.
standards. That's double standards.
Flatzoid needs to debunk.
Well,
He needs to
usually
show
if you realize you've got a double standard, you admit it, right? And you say, well, wait a minute, maybe you're right. Like between friends, I mean, wouldn't that be the way you'd handle it? Not just,
Well, I can clearly and honestly say a torch ain't accurately representing the sun, but what can you use to represent the sun?
Great question.
a light source above an object, and also then that object casting a shadow upwards whilst the light source is above
Which you
it.
did.
If he cannot do that, his claim that the earth is flat has been debunked.
No. It's just-
I made this point. How on earth does that debunk flat earth? Like,
Exactly. All this guy is doing is making a bold claim, and that's about it. That's all he's done. He's making a bold claim. So, guys, we can do the same thing, correct? Show us gas pressure. Demonstrate us gas pressure without having the need of containment. If you can't do that, the globe doesn't exist.
Well, I've got a tire out here wheel out here that doesn't have a tire on it. Maybe we can try putting pressure in it.
But understand what I'm saying? We can do exactly the same thing for him. Or how about showing us any geometry used for your globe that doesn't require a horizontal baseline first? If you can't do this, it shows you don't have a globe. How's that?
Have you ever thought about if you just take a globe, like a sphere, and you actually draw a line on it that's perfectly straight when you're looking at it with the camera, and then you just turn it sideways, you can see that no straight line is ever really straight on a sphere.
It can't be, yeah.
Never.
And I know that sounds like just I'm making some silly thing and cherry picking, but it's kind of interesting how it does that.
It's not, a straight line.
You,
Straight line on it, yeah.
but you understand the argument I'm making? We can do exactly the same. He's just making a claim saying, I'm saying if you can't show this on the flat earth, demonstrate this, then that means it's not a flat earth. But the difference is we can demonstrate it. And if we have to take the same argument, let's say the gas burst without containment, every single demonstration in reality shows requirement for containment. So, in retrospect, you know it's not a globe. So it's not just a claim from me saying because you can't demonstrate it's not a globe. It is simply the fact that your globe violates natural law. Now, when it comes to this, he just makes a claim saying you can only have it if the light source is under, and we can demonstrate it's not the case. It can be above, moving away in my case, and in Michael's case, showing reflection of the light. I took it from the angle perspective, and you took it from the reflection perspective. Both ways can show that it's not on a globe Earth, it's flat related. If this guy can't accept it, he's just being dishonest.
He is dishonest.
I agree.
Without doubt.
So let's just look at Flatzoid's video of him actually doing nothing in regards to debunking my claim.
Oh boy, we get to see what we did.
Yeah.
So,
So
we'll just see a black screen, then we know what's happening.
Yeah. So guys, I did nothing compared to his argument. That's
What
it.
has he done? He's shown you a picture.
Okay. Mountain blocking the sun's light to cause shadow in the distance. On this case, another mountain, because I wasn't doing it on the clouds, but it was just to show it can cause blockades and have the shadow. So that is exactly what he's asking for, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because according to them, you can't get a shadow on a flat Earth with the sun moving away. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like what he said.
Let me just mute this. Well, note again. Look how it appears to be sinking. Also, I want you to show you guys. Remember when I turned the camera around to show everything? Is he going to show that part?
Well,
yeah, I was going to mention that when you first played it.
Because remember, I showed everything. There we go. Bring it closer.
So just to be clear, Flats, your white card with two black lines on it.
That's the mountain. That represents the mountain.
Yeah, that's a mountain. That's not Earth curve.
No. You see this ground I'm walking on? that would be the surface of Earth.
That level as well?
Even though we all agree it probably isn't perfectly flat and level because it's a garage and it sinks and all that, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's concrete, laid out level.
Squeezing.
About
I even
10 years
suggest
worth of paint build-up.
For the record.
What does it say here, guys? Sunset behind the mountain due to the limited angle. What is that? What's that word? The fourth word there. Mountain. Oh wow! So it has everything to do with his argument, correct?
Yeah.
Huh. Moving away, and the shadow's going up from the mountain. It was nice enough to at least turn it around, but I want to see how is he going to rebut this. Sunset of a reverse reality. Okay, still showing the tin. Light setting behind. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Up and down, as we said.
Were you able to record all this with just your cell phones and stuff? Or did you have to?
Just one cell phone, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Turned out really well. And for Halloween, the cobwebs are a great effect.
Well, the cobwebs I kept there because I thought it'd be a nice, interesting tidbit. Because you know when with the trolls, I wanted to see if they were going to argue about the cobweb instead of the demonstration.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
And it worked because the people were moaning about the cobwebs instead of the demonstration, which shows the dishonesty.
Yeah, like the crane arm in the Black Swan.
Exactly.
Well, you should have cleaned them right in front of them, so that way they couldn't argue about it. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's cobwebs. Let me get these out of the way."
But anyway, listen to his rebuttal for this, guys.
I mean, it did nothing to debunk my claim.
What? So what was his first? What was his saying in the first video? All we get is nah and running away. Correct?
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
Both in one.
So I show a demonstration that was 3 years before your actual argument came out, which shows a mountain causing a shadow due to the angle of the sun moving away. That's everything got to do with your argument. You were even kind enough to show everybody how the shadow grows on the second mountain, correct?
Yeah.
So if it was far enough distance, like if I had a warehouse to do this with a strong enough light, the angle will eventually become so limited that the light would shine and have a shadow on the bottom of that cloud. Yeah, odd.
I think what he is trying to show is how a sun can set across a flat plane. And
Love this. Just listen to this. I think what he's trying to say is how a sun can set over a flat earth. Brilliant.
Replace it.
This is okay, we have to get a cut out of this. Listen to this. He throws his argument of the globe away.
Flat plane. And it has worried me slightly that he has managed to pull that light away, and just due to perspective, the light does seem to have disappeared across a flat plane.
Wow. Wow.
So that's a concession then. We can see a setting sun over a flat plane, guys.
Absolutely a concession.
That's a concession, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So when anti-flat earthers come and tell us you can't have a sunset over a flat plane, who are we going to cite now?
Just use him, yeah.
Seek lies, speak lies.
I better test this out myself. Let's do it.
And the nice thing is he goes and does it and does exactly the same thing.
I mean, this has concerned me slightly.
Notice his light is above, correct? And he's on a flat floor, guys. This would represent the mountain.
I only ever imagined that you could make a sunset due to a physical obstruction such as the curvature of Earth. But I mean, Flatzoid showed it, and I'm pretty conclusively showing it here.
So this this piece of wood or something that he's got here.
Oh, he's in chat.
Who's in chat?
STST.
Oh, okay, he's in chat. So hey, ST. Thanks for conceding that you can have you can have the sun setting on a flat Earth due to perspective, just like you've just demonstrated again. Notice how this partition represents things like mountains and waves and trees and anything that gets in the way due to the angle. Yeah.
That just pulling the light away.
Look at this. I think this is the spider that made the webs in Flatzoid's garage. No, mate, but nice try.
The sun does set due to perspective across a flat plane.
Nice
It
socks.
doesn't need any type of physical obstruction. I mean, could the Earth be flat? Could it be flat? I just don't know.
Now look at this, guys. We just saw he demonstrated exactly what's claimed. Occultation of the mountain due to the sun's angle getting limited in the distance. Correct?
Yeah.
That's what we demonstrated. That's what I said.
He's just parroting the same.
Oh, what's this? Flatzoid, you dishonest little liar.
Okay, tell me again, how's that a dishonest little liar? What made you dishonest?
What is he talking about?
Yeah, but he was a flat earther, so he's dishonest.
Exactly.
Earthers are dishonest, then he's dishonest.
Yeah, but I'm
he's confused about what he's living on, a planet or a plane.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is a pussy, right? Because he's took cowards way out. He could have come in and talked, but he'd rather be in chat spouting shite.
He said then be nice to him. Well, I wouldn't be nice to you either. You're an idiot.
Well, let's just put it this way, STST. You made a few very bold claims about my character, about flat earthers in general and call us all con men and said I lied now. You literally did a demonstration validating what I've said with my demonstration and then said I'm a liar by pushing down the partition. Do you know what you just did, yeah? You first conceded that you can have the sun setting due to perspective on a flat plane. You've also demonstrated that we can have occultation of the sun and other objects in the distance due to the angle getting limited as it moves away. Welcome to Flat Earth, mate. Just because you call me a liar when you demonstrate my
Welcome back.
claim. Yeah, well, he was never Flat Earther. I think we've established that.
Yeah, I think he wasn't.
So just because he calls me a liar after demonstrating a validation for my demonstration and claim just makes him look dishonest and just, how can I put this? A prick.
I'm going to put a link in for him to see if he wants to come in. But
yeah, please do. So yeah, STST.
Did he leave already?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But anyway, it's very simple. You don't demonstrate someone's demonstration, do exactly the replicate, because he replicated it, and then just say, I lied. That's just called being a liar yourself, correct?
Well, hopefully he learned something when he did this experiment. You know what I mean?
He said you use the screen to make the sun disappear.
The mountain, well done. So did the screen represent the mountain? Did I physically drop that light below the mountain, or did it just have an angle that occulted it because it got more limited, STST, just like you did? Without knowing it, you've literally just disproved the whole anti-flat earth argument that things do not set, the sun does not set over a flat plane, and we do not get occultation due to physicality on that flat plane. The light doesn't physically drop. It only drops due to perspective. That light is always the same distance above. It's always at the same altitude. The distance and the angle is what causes what we observe. Well done, STSD, for throwing your globe argument under the bus.
Again.
Sun only sets due to Earth.
And as you can see, the only way.
And now you got to listen again. He's very specific words he makes now.
Flatzoid could make the sun disappear across a flat plane is to use a screen and block the light physically. So
blocking the light physically. Okay, let's do this again because they love drawing.
Wow, you just didn't
get it. You wrote the elements link to him.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Not elements, just was given.
Yeah, but we're not there.
Oh, of course, I gave him the element link, didn't I? I haven't got the stream. Get it. I can go get it.
He might be sitting in there. What the hell? They all ran already?
Oh wow. It's all right. All the time tonight. I'll be back. Let me just get the link.
Okay. Anyway, this would be the floor, STST. Let's just take a triangle representing a mountain. Let's see if he's going to understand this. We've got a person standing here. Okay? We've got the sun here. And we're going to just have the sun moving across this beloved plane of ours in the distance at the same altitude. And no, this is not to scale, just as the Globers like to.
There's the StreamYard link now. Sorry, I put the element one in. I was thinking.
So anyway, we've got a link. Okay, so we've got this. Now, we can still see the sun. Do you notice what's happening to this angle as I'm moving away? Okay. What's happening? Is it seeming to get blocked by that mountain.
Of course.
And did the sun change altitude or did it stay exactly the same?
Same.
They're the same.
The same. So if that sun goes further away, eventually the sun will seem like it's there, correct? So do we see the sun at all? No. Why? Did it set or was it just perspective? It was perspective.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just want to see if there's any super chats again. I don't think so. Anyway, thanks guys all for coming. Please do hit the likes and share the show. It really does help to get the show out to a wider audience, because that is the way we get the YouTube algorithm love. The more likes we get, the more shares. It really does help.
Thank you, Flatzoid, for confirming that the only way that you can make a light source disappear is by having a physical obstruction.
Wow. So, in other words, the angle causes this physical obstruction, correct?
You need something to make the shadow. You need a physical
Exactly.
shadow. Come on.
That's exactly the point. Yeah. So show me how you can have a shadow of a mountain if there was no mountain.
Exactly.
This is what I'm like. How stupid can this guy be?
And that's not even considering that it would lean away as you go farther and farther away.
Mhm. But I mean, how stupid can you be? Show me. This is the thing in a nutshell. Show me how a mountain can cause a shadow, but don't use a mountain.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That is the crux of this. You don't have a mountain, but show me how a mountain makes a shadow.
Play my shot.
Yeah, we're going to now when we finish with the video. Quickly.
Maybe like the curvature of Earth. So number one, we have confirmed that Flatzoid uses parlor tricks to make it appear.
He still hasn't shown where I use parlor tricks, has he?
Yeah, parlor tricks. He's not
Where's the parlor
contacting the
tricks?
head, you know what I mean?
No, but I mean, what parlor tricks have I used? He hasn't shown where I've used parlor tricks yet.
No,
He just showed. He's really dumb.
If anything, you've revealed their parlor tricks.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, the parlor trick revealed is how the globe hijacks how it works in reality. In other words, it's not physical. It's just due to the angle. That's why I'd say to like the people, if you lie down at the beach and you see a 10 centimeter wave and you can't see the island in the distance or the boat, is that wave physically blocking it? No, it's just due to the occultation because of the angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's optical. It's not Earth curve.
Into the break. It's not.
That's Into the break. It's not a shell game, STST. You utter knob.
You're on a roll.
Nice.
Okay, let's watch this finish so we can go on to Michael's short as well.
Appear that the sun can set across a flat plane. I myself have never witnessed during sunset a big screen suddenly come up to make the sun disappear. So you have been caught out again.
Oh my goodness. He does not understand, does he?
No, it's so simple. And I'm going to draw it without a mountain for him.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like an 8 or 9-year-old that'll just argue with you just to argue with you.
Yeah, that's it.
That is practically what it is. This is the observer. We're going to have, I'm just going to make this as like a, isn't there where I can make a dotted line? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put this, well, it's going to be off the screen. So anyway, just for the fun of it, we see the sun here. We see the sun move across, and we see the sun move across. We see the sun move across, and we see what's happening here. Is this angle getting wider and wider? Eventually, you're going to get to a point where, due to perspective, the sun is no longer going to be visible. Why? Because it's going to be at the horizon.
Yeah.
What happens with perspective, guys? The horizon rises relative to eye level, correct?
Yeah.
So
That
if
means
the
it has to be
horizon,
continuous. Yeah.
yeah, so if the horizon's rising relative to eye level and the sun is setting as it converges to the convergence, which would be the horizon, we have sunset on a flat Earth, which is aka reality. Wow.
And it's because it's just big.
Big, as they like to say. The Earth is big.
And we can use that one against them, huh?
Uh-huh.
Manipulating data, lying through your nose. Like
What? Manipulating data and lying? What is he talking about? As he showed me manipulating data and lying.
Do you know when there's one finger pointing, there's 3 pointing back at yourself?
Uh-huh. There we go. There's a 3.
That's a
1,
rude
2,
thing
3.
to do anyway, point at someone's face through a camera.
Yeah,
And
but that tells you he's taking this personal.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot.
Mm-hmm.
like Pinocchio to try to debunk my claim.
I didn't have to try. It was debunked 3 years ago before you even came to do this nonsense.
No, what's he talking about? He's like, you did that demonstration just for his video. You'd done it years ago.
Exactly.
The fact that he claimed to be a flat earther and then went back to being a glober debunks any credibility or out he ever puts out.
And especially if we show the type of videos he brought out as a so-called flat earther. It was literally satire rubbish.
Nobody blocked you. You got timed out. Someone timed you out. You didn't get blocked STST, so stop lying. And
It's amazing. It's amazing how he has time to. You know what's amazing? He has time to comment in my stream, but he can't. But he can't have time to come and talk to me.
No, so I've timed him out.
Exactly. And yeah, he's timed out. He called his pussies. But like I said, I put the link in for StreamYard, didn't I? And you haven't turned it up. So who's
projecting his coward? So STC, since you're here, STST, would you mind coming in to talk to me? I have a few questions to ask you. Then we'll see who the coward is.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you come in and defend yourself? That's the question.
If you're so sure about it, what you're saying, why wouldn't you come and defend it? Because you can realise that you look silly now.
He's not sure. He can't even answer a question I've been asking him all day.
No, of course not.
He knows nothing. He's just pretending. He's just pretending to know stuff. He knows nothing. You can see it from even the videos you showed us today. He knows nothing whatsoever. He's just pretending to talk
and we're
shit.
Gonna get to Michael's comments soon as well. Oh, it's insane.
It's complete clickbait and very bad.
Nothing at all. You have to show me a shadow being cast upwards with the light source above the object.
I did. My light source was always above, and the shadow was going up on that second mountain. If I had enough distance, maybe like a warehouse and a stronger light source, eventually it would give that. Even Michael Kahn showed reflection giving this.
2 different ways.
Maybe this guy doesn't understand how reflection works. I mean, flipping out, this guy, I don't know. Does he claim to know how sextant works?
I doubt it. I mean, he probably claims it, but whether he does know.
So if there's a reflection, the incident angle determines the outward angle. Okay? It's the same. So if angle I is there, it will have the second angle would also be angle I. It will be the same. If his reflection angle changes incident, then the reflection angle would change as well because it goes with how the angle is. So the angle would be the same. You get it? That's how light works with reflections, STST. Just because you don't understand how it is, because you are ignorant, doesn't mean you need to project it onto the rest of us. You were debunked, mate. Left, right, and center. You got slapped left, right, and center, and you got thrown into the hole. It's time to concede. If you really are for truth, I would appreciate you to come humble yourself and say, yes, I was wrong. And then I want a retraction of all this nonsense you've said about me. Otherwise, provide your evidence for this nonsense. How's that?
We're making a big thing of the back and forth that never happened.
Yeah. Again, what back and forth was there? There wasn't. He's saying I'd used parlor tricks, which there wasn't. He said I'm lying and fudging data, which I've never done. And he's telling me I'm a liar and a con man, correct?
Yep.
We're all without evidence.
Because on a flat Earth, the sun would have to be above the object. I keep hearing this rubbish about the elevation angle of the sun and everything like this. And you think because the sun is further away and due to perspective looks lower, that it's going to cast a shadow like that.
Yeah, you've shown it with your own demonstration, you mongrel.
Through reflection.
That's why you can see a great big sun streak across sea when it's setting. Then,
Yeah.
you know, because its light's not being cast lower. What a moron!
Just because something looks lower doesn't mean it actually is.
And that's also one thing I want you to listen. Listen to this. I gotta go back 2 seconds in this. Listen to the statement. This statement throws the whole globe under the bus again. Listen to this.
Doesn't mean it actually is.
Okay. Looks lower.
Something looks lower doesn't mean it actually is.
Ooh. So your sun, just because it looks lower or your stars look lower, doesn't mean it actually is. Correct, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said.
Bye-bye globe.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, our argument then, guys, it's not physically setting. It only appears to set. So not physically. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Yeah.
We all know that. When you look at street lamps, they look like they're going smaller. They're not physically getting any smaller, are they? They only look lower. They aren't actually lower.
Don't say.
No
It's
shit,
almost like
Sherlock.
you got to have two cameras, and you got to have one live camera that's on the actual pole, so you can measure it every 5 seconds. So you can say, "Look, it hasn't changed size."
He doesn't understand. We the ones making the argument that it's angular size, it's angle changes, not the physical object. He's trying to push the burden onto us because he's literally contradicted his own globe model. His model says it physically drops. He's just done a demonstration which shows it's not the case. It's only an apparent drop, which gives the physical observation.
You can't make this stuff up, can you, man? It's
You
crap.
can't.
No.
How was it used to Michael? You can't teach Park.
You can't educate Park.
Yeah, so
This is like show how stupid an anti-flat earther is 101.
You'll be a
So
flat
this
earther next week.
debunks everything you have said, Flatzoid. Your ridiculous attempt at a debunk was pathetic.
Note how he projects his insecurity and ignorance onto me.
yeah, he has to emphasize it, so it shows you it's personal. I think Katz is giving him a hard time.
Yeah, well, remember, I mean, he needs to keep up his.
You're making him work for it, though.
Uh-huh.
Oh, don't worry. This is just me showing that he's not as honest as he claims to be. Because remember, he's been in my chat now. How long? He's obviously had the chance to come in. Has someone tried to pop in? I think.
Barry bullshit there.
No, still hasn't popped in to talk.
No doubt.
I mean, he's been in my chat how long now? So he can obviously have popped in here to come and defend his nonsense.
Of course you could have.
If he comes back, I'm tomming him out again. Well, no, because if he wants to talk, he can come and talk. But he doesn't have to leave stupid comments like you're idiots and liars and all
Pussies
that.
and that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you see, Vicky, that's what liars do. That's what deceivers do. What happens when you catch a con artist out? Let's say someone scammed people out for millions of money or millions of dollars or something, and they have the person going and trying to interview them. What does that person do? They get all triggered and start calling them idiots and you're liars and they don't want to talk to them. That's exactly what he's doing. Because he got caught out conning people. Yes, STST, you are the con man here. You conned people to think that you became a flat earther and then became an ex-flat earther.
Yeah.
You are the one conning people because you are now going out and calling me a liar and a con man for deliberate for demonstrating your argument mute. If you were for truth, you would say, yeah, okay, he demonstrated which I said would be impossible.
Yeah.
So therefore I concede, I'm sorry, I was wrong. That's it.
Yeah.
Instead, comes into my chat, which he said he wouldn't be able to do,
Yeah.
to come and talk to me, and then calls us liars and idiots.
Yeah,
That
but
is-
you could come on and spoke. Do you know what I mean? Instead of being a child like that.
It's called a guilty conscience. The guy can't just humble himself and say, yeah, I'm sorry, I am for truth. So I'm sorry I called you a liar and a deceiver and all this. And I'm sorry I lied.
No, he doesn't know what the truth is.
Can't make it
Sorry, I
wrong.
thought that'd be funny.
But yeah, it's sad. The only thing I see that's pathetic is that guy on screen projecting his dishonesty onto me.
Dumb trolls in chat talking amongst the censors are the thing they're smart.
See how he had to emphasize that pathetic, though. I mean, this show you it seems personal. Like, I mean, why? Why is it getting so personal? Huh?
It was the worst attempt I have ever seen, and you have just shown yourself to not even know the argument that you are arguing against. You have been debunked, Flatzoid. The Earth is not flat, and until you show me a light source above an object casting a shadow upwards, you have been debunked. Now over to you, Flatzoid. It's your turn to show me evidence.
Already did.
Until that moment, you are wrong. Stay.
Ooh, look what he was when he said wrong. Look at his body language, guys. Look at the stutter, and look how he needs to close his eyes, and his confidence falls straight off the bus when he says this. Look, guys.
You are wrong.
Ooh. And I'm very good at reading body language, by the way. Yeah. Ooh, let's look at that
Quicker
again.
than that, Vicky.
Huh?
You gotta be quicker than that.
No, I wanted to ban him, and I can't.
Okay,
So I've
okay.
already banned him.
Let's look at his confidence fall away again.
You are
That's because
wrong.
I'm hitting him now.
Just hide him again.
Okay, so that was it. Now we can move on to Michael Kahn. You want to share your comments, your shorts?
Yeah, just
61
that,
people there. Thanks all for coming. I really appreciate it.
If that guy want to go on Michael's channel and call Michael something for fun, he could say, Michael can't.
I've already had it, mate. Already had it.
Yeah, he has it. He's had it. Okay.
Oh, I can think of a few things to say.
Baldy Cat's like that one, didn't he? It's Mr. Senseless.
Okay, let's get to your shorts quickly. This is... Oh, but we already watched the short, didn't we?
No, that's not my shorts.
That's another one.
You have to go to shorts. There.
I am in shorts. Okay.
Laughing guy.
Listen.
This is funny. Chucks his globe under bus.
Why can't I hear it?
There's no sound till laughing.
There's no sound, obviously.
There's no sound, just watch it.
Anyway, guys, yes, the sun is below. This is from STST, guys. Yes, the sun is below the clouds. That's the only way it can cast a shadow upwards. You don't even understand what you're trying to debunk, do you? Yeah, exactly. When ballers don't know their own rhetoric. The sun, the earth. Okay. Which other? What was that? Was that comment you had? Oh, it's in the Ellemnet, correct?
Well, there's lots. I've posted one in Flatzoid's debate for you to read, and then
but I want to go to the dumb vault.
In dumb vault, yeah.
Dumb vault, yeah. I want to get there quickly. Oh wow, this is so sad. If I can find it.
Vault of dumb.
Vault of Dumb. Where are you, Vault of Dumb? Why can't I pick you up, Vault of Dumb?
Don't you save them as favourites?
Just type it in the search bar. In the search. That's what I do.
Where? There's no search here.
Next to your
Oh, there you go.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, there you go, Vault.
Yeah, that's where I find all mine in there.
Yeah, guys, we put daily this dumb questions, dumb comments. Anyway, this is
that
from
reaction?
Bones. Yeah. Like Chris Berry, you use the local light source shining down at a steep angle to create a hotspot adjacent to the mountain reflecting the light. In reality, the sun is very low on the horizon when shadows are cast upwards on the cloud. You won't get a sharp shadow from a diffused reflection and a distance higher light source. At least you showed the light needs to come from below to cast shadows above. What? So is it very low on the horizon, so not below? Thanks for proving the globe. Claim false. Exactly. It's crazy. These people don't understand how they debunk themselves as they comment.
That's right.
But it gets worse. Nice try, but the sun isn't a spotlight. Light from the sun goes in all directions. Uh-oh. So divergence.
Here comes.
Divergent. Yeah.
So first you debunk parallel light from the sun, the globe claim. Then you go debunk the guy you're white knighting for, as he also used a torch. Now explain the shadow on my ceiling with no torch, but the sun. And then Jim, how can the sun be below the clouds? Clouds max out at 10 kilometers or 33,000 feet, and commercial airliners usually fly at around 11 kilometers or 36,000 feet. How come passengers haven't got selfies from the local sun? That's not my claim. It was STSTs trying to pay attention. Exactly. Why don't you see the sun?
But this is how retarded they are. They just look, have a quick, I don't know what they do, whether they even read properly. But this guy should be going and telling STST that he's got his claim wrong. But no, they come and troll me with a claim that I've not even made. Honestly, mate, they're retarded.
Maybe that's the back and forth he's talking about, is the videos.
Thank you, Lumpy Gaster, back in for your $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. He says, they better not accuse me of moving into my mom's tomb.
I hope he didn't misspell that last word.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Oh, wow. That was insane.
That was good. Wow.
So do you think he's probably just going to make a rebuttal video to this?
Of course he is, because he's not going to come and chat live, is he? So he's going to have to make a video and say, I couldn't, and then just talk a load of crap again.
In another pair of mom's curtains.
I guess it depends on how much he's getting paid. That's all I got to say.
He's trying to impress cats. That's what it is.
Well, Katz is not the person who was impressed. I mean, look what happened to Katz when he tried to debate me last time.
Well, exactly.
Poor guy had nothing but to show a photo and say, see, it's a globe, and then just want to overtalk me and get triggered with me, hoping that I'm going to get triggered and leave, but it never worked.
Yeah, TB, right, he didn't talk about, I don't hear him talk about anything anymore. The last thing I seen him do was that perspective thing. When he told stories of some sort, ghosty stories and
that. This is good. I used to be a flurf. Then I got hit in the head. I used to flirp, but my higher up Mason brother said not to.
My perspective.
What's he trying to say about himself?
But this is
You've
perfect.
got some
Exactly,
comment
TB.
in here, my perspective.
This is perfect, TB. Just because something appears lower doesn't mean it's lower. Exactly. So just because the sun appears lower doesn't mean it's lower. Just because the stars appear lower doesn't mean it's lower. Well done, STST, for debunking your globe.
That bloke out at STST.
all right.
My perspective said don't time people out, let him bring his argument. He could have brought his argument.
Yeah.
He chose not to. He chose to sit in the comments.
In college pussies. So
Exactly.
you're right.
He came. Let's put it this way: he came here to name call and to insult, where he could have just came on the show and spoke to me like I asked. He lied and said he couldn't talk to me today, but he had the time to come in on my chat. Weird. Thank you, Richard Bull, for your $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Say thanks, Flats. Wondering what you have planned for the weekend. Tomorrow morning, it's my son's first show that we're going to watch. I'm so excited about that. He's going to do a little play, and then it's my daughter's birthday party, and then obviously it's clean house and stuff Saturday and Sunday the rest of the time, and that's about it. And do YouTube.
Farmer, you're human or something?
What you were going to show us you in your dancing outfit?
Oh yeah.
No, not yet, not yet.
Oh, come on, man. You're no fun.
That thing is only on the 2nd of December, guys. Still far away. So yeah, I think the way he's conducting himself says everything.
Of course it does.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good to have you guys. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody being here. Can't tell you, watch the Springboks. Nah, I'm not really sport orientated anymore. I don't know why. I just fallen out of really worrying about sports.
Have you got time left?
Sports?
Yeah, where do you have time to watch sports anyway?
Yeah. Have you got time left streaming?
It's still streaming.
No, I mean, have you got time? Or are you wanting to finish?
We can still go on a bit more if you want to, but not that much longer. It's quite late.
I wonder if you can show Taboo's version of this, like, because
oh yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
This is as late as I've seen you guys go so far.
To me, that like when I've been messing about with my torch and that, I've noticed that probably is exactly as Taboo is saying, like, which means that it can't be a globe anyway. So
I wonder if I can find it. Otherwise, you might have to just send me the link. Yep, I can't. The algorithm doesn't like us flat earthers, guys.
Today, in fact, I'll get it again.
Yeah, like I said, the algorithm doesn't like us with the algorithm. So I said, just you guys being here, hitting the likes and sharing the show really does push it out to a further audience, which I really appreciate, guys.
Bear with me, I'll have to get it again.
Bear with you. Let's see. Let's try. And I got to also figure out tomorrow the settings of my OBS and stuff again. So let's see if I can find.
I've got
Taboo Conspiracy.
I've got it, man. Yeah.
Okay, just stick it in the
in Ellemnet.
debate. Yeah, debate. Thank you.
Flats, if you check your PayPal, there's something in there for your kid's birthday. Vicky told me to do it.
You shouldn't have, guys.
That's all right.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It does help. Birthdays aren't cheap.
Definitely not.
Really, really appreciate it, mate. What can I do? Can I email you a chocolate or something? I don't know.
You should try.
I really appreciate it. You guys rock.
That's cool, right?
You guys are really angels. If I can put it that way.
How dare you accuse us of such a thing?
Okay.
I'm kidding. Thank you, too.
No, thank you very much, guys. Okay, this is Taboo Conspiracy.
Hello, everyone. Today, I am going to share a very important video. If you find it as important as I do, then please share.
Notice how that sun is not literally, how's it sinking and not, shrinking and not literally look like it's going down into the horizon with distance, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is...
Share it with all of your family and friends.
See, in there, as it's going away in the distance, now it's only starting to look like it's going down.
Yeah.
This is because of perspective, guys. It's exactly what you would expect with perspective.
In short, we're going to show with 3D modeling software how sunrises
And that triangle of light that was going away towards you of the sun as it disappeared over the horizon and you still saw that light, that was reflecting off the atmosphere itself, or whatever you want to call it, the atmosphere plane.
Exactly.
And it was
but
causing,
but as I say, light reflects everywhere. Where as soon as there's light anywhere, there's reflection. The fact the guy doesn't get that, just a numbskull.
That's what Boz keep telling us. That's how we see, isn't it?
Traveling light, correct?
Is flat.
Yeah.
Of course, flat Earth doesn't mean there aren't oceans, mountains, valleys, terrain, etc.
Exactly. Thank you, Taboo. Exactly what you're saying. This is why we don't get why they keep saying there's no such thing as topography. So would that mountain be part of topography, or a little wave or something? I mean, it's like they're saying we don't walk on physical ground.
You know.
The term flat Earth means that there is no Earth curvature, no globe, no ball, and no outer space.
Exactly.
In other words, reality. A huge thanks to Paul for making the video you're going to see in a few minutes. Paul was inspired to share the truth, and he has stepped up and spent a long time using his expertise to develop this model without any compensation. Paul is an engineer and computer graphics artist who owns a 3D product animation studio. He contacted me a few months back wanting to do some 3D animations for Flat Earth. Paul and I worked together on this production. If you like his work and want to...
Notice how they're using angles with a flat adjacent baseline, guys. No curved adjacents.
And my perspective says he sent you something as well on PayPal for the birthday.
Okay, thank you very much, Aaron. Really appreciate it, man. You rock.
About.
Yeah, appreciate all the help, guys. And yeah, Aaron does send regularly, so I do have to say thank you, Aaron.
But what sort of person makes videos slagging you off and then sends you money? It must be crazy or something.
Aaron does. He likes
weirdo.
me, guys. He likes me.
There's a weirdo, mate.
Anybody watching should check out these videos on their own. Go and check these people's, channels out, because a lot of the stuff that you referenced today, we appreciate all that stuff that people do and spend all that time on the computer doing that stuff.
Oh yeah, and I mean this is a lot of work. This isn't like just 5 minutes thing. This is a lot of work.
Yeah, you have to know how to code, and it takes time.
Yep.
3D product animations or any other 3D content, he specializes in technical product animation. This is Paul's email address for business inquiries. I also want to thank Shadow Reveal, who is an architect who was instrumental in providing advice in making this presentation. According to the official narrative, sunrises and sunsets aren't caused by the sun moving through the sky as it appears daily. Instead, sunsets are supposedly caused by you, the observer, falling backwards at roughly 1,000 miles per hour, while your angle to the sun lowers below your feet and the earth begins to obstruct the sun.
Exactly. That's what they claim.
Until you're entirely in the shadow of the earth, which results in nighttime. Under the official story, the term sunset is actually a misnomer, because the sun isn't doing anything as you allegedly rotate away from the sun.
Very clear.
But for simplicity, we're going to say that the sun is setting, moving, or dropping. And for purposes of this video, we are going to assume an observer roughly at sea level, so that we are talking about the Earth curvature obstructing the sun and not topography. I love this flat Earth evidence because this argument is so simple and it is dispositive for either side of the globe versus flat Earth discussion.
Okay. Ooh, someone's making a lot of background noise.
Damn that microphone. Wait a sec. Let me mute that shit.
But notice how this explains everything that STST says is impossible, even after we showed demonstrations that it is. This now geometrically is going to validate that argument as well, correct?
Yeah.
So is he going to concede now? We'll see.
If the globe were real, then the sun must set at an angle lower than the observer's position until the sun drops physically below the observer's feet. That is the simple official narrative. This is the same claim for those few geocentrists who still believe in the globe but claim the Earth is stationary while the local sun and moon rotate around the Earth. On the other hand, flat earthers claim that the sun never sets at an angle lower than your feet.
Exactly.
Generally speaking, flat earthers claim the local sun does not physically rise and fall, but simply travels further away from the observer.
Oops. So STC called lying, correct? Because what did he said I claimed? Physically dropping, correct?
Dropping,
No, that's the globe Earth claim.
The sun's apparent setting is caused by perspective and the limitation of the sun's light. What's important here is that, according to the flat Earth model, the sun cannot actually travel below the flat Earth and will never be angled below your feet. For those who like logic,
it's just far enough away to be able to make it look like it's at zero, because also the lower it goes, the more magnification it's getting. That's why you have, when it gets to the bottom, you have diffraction. Notice also, like this sunlight here, what's the distance from there to here? That's a long distance to have a flat reflection, correct?
Of course.
Now, notice as the sun goes away, how it stretches out.
this is a classic.
Look at
Morse
that. Look at that. It's still reaching here, the light.
Yeah.
And the light, this whole band has got smaller, correct? So just like light moving away in the distance.
If that was on a globe, if there was a curve to the water, it would be shortened. That's shortened.
Exactly.
Poland's argument. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth were a globe, then the sun must set lower than the physical horizon. The sun does not set lower than the physical horizon. Therefore, the Earth is not a globe.
Well said.
What started all of this was the fact that many globe propagandists have claimed that shadows, like this one of Mount Rainier.
Oh, so not a new argument then, like STST is trying to push on. Also, guys, notice the water here with the boats. Is it reflecting the sky?
Yeah. Yeah.
I must admit, when I first saw that, I was freaked out.
I was laughing when I first saw it. I didn't think a freak out at all. I mean, even look on the roofs. There's still shadows on the roof. There's no sun yet, is there?
Are showing an upward shadow of the mountain being cast by a sun that's below.
Look at this roof. Are there shadows by these tiles? Correct? Where's the sun here?
Yeah, exactly.
Below the physical horizon.
Yeah, it's weird how it goes all around.
Remember,
That's why I still want them to get what the difference between daylight and sunlight is.
these globe proponents are claiming the sun is lower than your feet, below the Earth's physical bulge, proving the globe. In fact, what you're seeing here is the top of the mountain casting a shadow on clouds that are physically below the peak. Due to perspective from a lower vantage point, it only appears as though the mountain shadow is angled upwards. Just like these power lines, the power lines aren't growing in size. They're the same size, but perspective makes it look like they're getting bigger. We can say this definitively because there has never been an upward mountain shadow filmed from the apex of a mountain. What's ironic?
That's very true. So this would be STSE's new homework as well. Show us from on top of an apex of a mountain, you get an upward shadow. Oh wait, he can't, can he?
Is that this mistaken?
Look how that shadow's growing, just like I demonstrated, correct?
Yeah.
Sort of like our demonstrations show reality, and our demonstrations are usually done on what? A flat surface.
Globe evidence just became the death knell for the globe. You can't have an upward mountain shadow and not have a similar upward Earth bulge shadow causing a similar and noticeable effect.
Uh-huh.
In fact, the globe requires an upward bulge shadow, and that's what we're going to show here today.
Ooh.
The first trick of the globe propagandist, like demonstrated by this one, is to show a globe with paper or something else wrapped around it to demonstrate the Earth's shadow and claim that the Earth's shadow could not hit the clouds because the angle is not there.
Oh,
This
What is
angle's,
that?
so the angle's not there. So so if the angle's not there to
It's
give the
that, isn't
shadow, then they can't claim it. Then how do they get their shadow if the angle's not there? I'm sorry, the last time I checked, a ball would still give a shadow, correct? And well, what you would
Yeah,
have
it
to make
should.
your own- Oh wow.
Illustration is patently deceptive because the paper is wrapped over the clouds.
Uh-huh.
It's the ground that would be creating the Earth's shadow, not
Exactly.
the clouds above the Earth.
Bingo. And it would be the shape of whatever was on the Earth, not necessarily flat or round.
Exactly. Oh wow.
Because it's 3D plane, it's not necessarily flat everywhere. We're just saying we're going by the ocean. That's why we say that. Well, that's where I'm coming from anyway.
Yeah, well, let's also do it this way. You see this little wave here in front. You would agree it's not very high, it's small.
Right.
And now you look at the waves behind it, it's a bit bigger. Now, what happens if you're that bird and you lie down on the ground, you see this wave in front? Would that wave be occulting the bigger waves that you don't see the bigger waves?
Definitely.
At some point, it should, yes. As it came towards you, yeah. No matter what.
So in other words, if we take those bigger waves now and we look into the distance for the sun and we can't see the sun, would that be just because the angle has caused this, or would it be now Earth curve?
That's just angle, I know that.
Because if I stand up and I see the sun, that wave's still there. I stood up and I see the sun, but now I lie down and that same wave now occults over the sun.
And
Would
now
that
instead
show
of
that
blocking you, you just see the shadow on the ground. On the other wave, right?
So it's just the angle then. Weird.
Okay, I admit it. Yes.
Foreshortening. So optical effects, guys. Remember, this is one thing, strawman, that the Globers have to stop. And this is why I try to get with Bev as well. Topography exists. That is why we get what we see, because the topography is over a flat plane. That's why when we say as flat as a pancake in three-dimensional space, it's considered flat because the pancake itself, the base is flat, but it has undulations and inclines and slopes and stuff on that flat baseline. Hence, Earth is a flat plane with topography. It's not, yeah?
I was going to say that's also why when you're, maritime, when you're talking about being on a ship and whatever, they'll tell you the actual visibility distance, and then they'll also tell you what the surf height is, because that'll give you an idea on whether you're going to get a different angle when you go to use your sextant. That's why they have those different variations. It's so when the refraction rate gets different, you can still use that sextant to find your way on the Earth.
Exactly.
It all fits together in one big interesting ball, but it's easy to be on one side of it and not understand how it all works, and then get tricked into believing that one little section of it looks like this or that when it's not really that true.
Exactly. But you know what it intrigues me the most is we can show with demonstration why this happens. Where are the demonstrations for them? Where are their demonstrations?
They've got them.
Exactly.
We just saw one. They have the same stuff we do. Then they don't. I mean, the ones obviously he's just new or something. I don't know. It just seems to me.
Yeah, they just do our demonstrations and say, nah.
Earth cannot create a distinct visible.
That reminds me with Blue Marble Science when he says, I'm going to show you gas pressure without containment, and then he has 4 containers.
Yeah.
It's exactly at the STST. I'm going to show you how you cannot have Earth setting over a flat surface, and then does it.
Yeah. Shows a refracted hand and just be able to stab yourself without Stabbing himself.
I'm still waiting for this reflected hand, by the way.
I'm waiting for the electrons to stab him rather than the knife.
Well, shadow, because the atmosphere supposedly disperses the light of the sun. However, on a clear day, the sun can still create a distinct shadow. Look at this picture of these birds. If a 1 foot tall bird can cast a distinct and visible shadow, then the bulge of the earth most certainly would do the same.
Exactly.
If small waves can cast a shadow, then the
Mhm.
massive earth bulge would do the same. Now, let's get to Paul's presentation.
Recently, I came across a fascinating set of videos regarding the phenomenon of the apparent shadow casting from Mount Rainier onto some clouds. These videos are from the YouTube channel Taboo Conspiracy. He does some great flat earth videos, so I was eager to hear what his thoughts were on this phenomenon because on its surface, it appears to indicate a globe bottle. I mean, if the sun can cast a shadow vertically, that would indicate that it is in fact going below the horizon as the globe model claims. In this video, he showed this image. Basically, if the Earth was a globe and the sun was falling over the horizon as the Earth spins, we should see the globe shadow itself shine up on the clouds.
And we don't see this.
This made sense to me, but I really wanted to test it out. So, with my background as an engineer,
That makes so much sense. You would see that, correct?
Yeah.
And we don't see that at all. That's why I said when we have even twilight alone debunks their globe. They don't understand that the twilight shows that it's just due to the angle.
Of course.
and a CG artist, and my familiarity with computer graphics tools, I set out to mock this up with the intention of seeing if this would actually happen. One challenge with 3D programs and space-type projects is scale. Given the supposed distance of the sun being approximately 150 million kilometers or 93 million miles away, and with the Earth with a radius of 6,371 kilometers or 30,959 miles, these sizes are too great to work with in most typical computer graphics programs. This experiment, the nature of typical CG lighting in a realistic render package is problematic because they typically have a light intensity fall off baked in. As you get further from the subject, the light intensity has to dramatically increase. At the distances proposed by this globe model, the CG programs really can't adequately represent them.
Makes sense.
The early days of CG.
This is why I said even with my demonstration, you're limited to everything. If I'm going to change the distance with the light, I need a stronger light as well, because you won't get the desired effects because the light won't reach like you would need it to. Because everything has a limit. That's why when they say light travels infinitely, I just laugh.
Lighting, there was a concept of a direct, it's called direct lighting, which basically the light doesn't lose power based upon distance. The light itself also has parallel rays and is supposed to simulate the sun from far distances. Luckily, we can replicate the sun in this experiment with a direct or infinite light. See here the harsh shadows that are cast, and as I move the light away, there is no effect on lighting intensity or the shadow sharpness. What does affect the shadow is the angle of the light. This will be adequate for this experiment. So I built the model with two known caveats. The model would be scaled and the sun would be a direct light with the infinite parallel rays. Overall, this is not a compromise because the experiment is really to see if the globe/ball would also cast a shadow on the clouds as the sun went down. It's really important to build a replica as much as necessary. These principles are really about angles, line of sight, etc. So the essentials to do this, in my mind, were as follows. A scaled Earth globe, a suitable light source such as direct CGI, a cloud layer, a scaled version of the mountain, and really the approximate location and orientation of this photo, the point of view from which this whole thing took place. So the next question was, where was this photo actually shot from? Looking at the site, you can see Mount Rainier in the background. Another prominent feature was the building just in the foreground. It's next to this small body of water. It turns out that it is these Landing waterfront apartments. Also, another noticeable feature was the Tacoma Dome in the middle ground just to the right. And then just in front of that was the East 21st Street Bridge. So with all of these locations determined, I could look at a map now to try and approximate this photo location. So looking at Google Maps,
I mean, I hope the Globers are paying attention, yeah.
They're already waffling the way through rhetoric, belt of Venus bollocks.
You see, that's one thing that's really sad about these guys. They can't sit and actually just listen to something. It's like they got an attention span of a, I don't know, what can we say? A matchbox. They didn't have it to have to start with.
we see here the Tacoma Dome, and if you pan a little bit north, you'll see the East 21st Street Bridge. And if you pan a little further north, you'll see this building here that's shaped like an E. It's the Thea's Landing Waterfront Apartment. And if you look at the ground photo of the building, it is in fact the exact building. So you pan the map up in the line of sight direction, you'll find this building here, which is the Tacoma Sign Company. So while I can't be 100% certain this is where the photo was taken from, it's definitely precise enough for this experiment.
It's more than close enough to know what it needs to do.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So if you zoom out over the whole entire site, this area is what I needed to replicate and build in 3D. Looking at the overall map of this site, we can get some rough dimensions from the location of the photo to Mount Rainier. The distance away from Mount Rainier is approximately 68.2 kilometers or 42.37 miles. You can also see a Google Map 3D view of the site.
Also note, when you look at this photo on the right, does it look like the Earth is curving away from them?
It certainly doesn't.
The prominent features in the frame. So here's the sphere Earth model scaled 1 kilometer to 1 meter. You can see here the radius is 6,371 meters. As we zoom way down into the model, we'll see Mount Rainier. All of this data for Mount Rainier and Tacoma are from DEM data sources, and they have been scaled to 1 kilometer to 1 meter. Now zooming over to Tacoma, you can see the dome, the East 21st Street Bridge, the Thea's apartments, and now you can start to see the location where the camera was placed in this model.
That looks very close.
So here I will select the camera that was actually set up to view the scene. And you can see now here is our final shot. For verification purposes, I've placed a couple measurement references in the scene. This first one is the height difference in the model from the photograph to the peak of Mount Rainier. You can see that it is 4 point.
Notice how it's using triangles, guys.
Yep. See quite a few.
378 meters. Mount Rainier is 4.392 meters above sea level in our model, so our camera is placed approximately 14 meters above sea level. Now we can select on the measurement reference for the distance away. You can see that the length is 68.2 meters or 68.2 kilometers scaled. And this reference is very close to the peak of Mount Rainier. Finally, taking all this information into account, let us compare our scene setup with the actual photo. For this experiment, this is more than adequate to demonstrate the concept of a glow bold shadow.
Wow, look at that. That's quite accurate.
That's really good.
So here is the final render.
It'll still be wrong though, to a baller. That's what makes me laugh. You know what I mean? No matter how good this guy is at modeling, and it'll still be wrong to a baller because it don't fit their indoctrination.
Yeah, just because they say nah. Exactly.
On DEM data. The scale is correct.
Well, according to them, a flat earther shouldn't be able to do these type of things, correct?
That's right.
And the geometry is correct. The site is ready for our experiment. For our experiment, we will be doing a sunrise. Now let's discuss the concept we're trying to demonstrate. The sun is supposedly located 93 million miles away. This distant sun creates a terminator line from the edges of the sphere. This terminator line or bulge shadow represents where the shadow is cast from. So as the Earth rotates, the terminator stays with the sun. For the demonstration purposes, we're moving the sun in this example. This is what happens from a point of view on the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
As we zoom in closer, we see our Mount Rainier location and the terminator line interacting with it. And as we zoom even closer,
But notice, if they show it this way, the shadow's going in the opposite direction of what they need. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're talking the belt of Venus rubbish. It's a wrong side, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
we can see how the terminator line / bulge shadow interacts with the mountain.
But the funny thing is, while I was messing about with my torch and that, I noticed a similar thing.
Exactly.
So I think I'm gonna try and just do it with a torch and a ball, like somehow.
I'm sure you'll get it right there.
Where the bulge shadow crosses the cloud reference line, this is where you might expect to see the bulge shadow on the clouds. So based on these angles, the bulge should show up on the clouds in our experiment.
Uh-huh. And it doesn't.
Now we arrive at the scene. It's early morning and the sun is rising in the east. The conditions are perfect to see this rare phenomenon of the mountain casting the shadow on the clouds. Let's see what happens. As you can see, as the sun rotates up, it does in fact interact with the spherical Earth and cast a shadow on the clouds from underneath. Our experiment was set up to mimic the Earth as a sphere, the exact size and conditions for a shadow from Mount Rainier.
Is that how we see it, guys? In reality? No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
On the clouds, and the hypothesis that as
It
the
won't
Earth
just
rotates,
be. It won't just be at mountain though, would it? It'd be every time it
Everywhere.
sunsets, you'd see it
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you see it, you'll see it.
the sun goes down below the Earth. If the Earth were a ball, this is what we should see under these.
Because that's why I say even twilight debunks the globe.
Yeah.
Because the fact we have twilight is just diffusion of light shows it's not physical curve causing the shadow. Because you wouldn't have twilight then.
No.
You would have this hard shadow light as it's showing here.
In fact, if the Earth were a ball, we should probably see this almost every night in some fashion or another. For a closer look at what's going on, let's go back to the schematic. If we pause the sun rotation right here where the shadow crosses the cloud layer just to the west of the mountain, here is the image of what we could expect to see. This experiment is a serious blow to the globe model. After working through this experiment, this is another in a long list of proofs that people can do for themselves. Each one of us can go out each morning at sunrise or each evening at sunset and observe this for ourselves. Do you see this shadow across the sky? For me, I've never experienced this visual in my life on this plane, nor have I seen any photos of this phenomenon to date.
Yeah, of course.
What I love most about the flat Earth is that it literally is right in front of us, and it points to our Creator and King. I was always a born-again believer, but flat Earth just adds that much more enjoyment to my appreciation of His creation.
Amen.
Every day when I'm outside, I look at this plane with so much more wonder and amazement, knowing that our Creator is right here, right above us, and we are the center of His eye. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'd like to acknowledge Taboo Conspiracy and Shadow Reveal for their very helpful direction and contribution to this experiment and video. God bless.
Amen. That was brilliant.
Using Paul's globe model simulation, This is what sunrise should look like facing Mount Rainier directly eastward. Again, the Earth's bold shadow should precede the mountain shadow. In contrast, this is what a sunset should look like if you were facing west.
Yeah.
In summary, during both sunrise and sunset, if we lived on a ball, the Earth itself would cast an upward shadow on the clouds above. For sunrise, the bulge shadow would precede the shadow of the mountain or other tall object. Like
Brian's saying what I see. I never see that. I've never seen
it.
Exactly. But that's what I say. They just
this kicking in though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see, that's all they have is trust me. That's practically all it is.
Yeah.
The upward Earth bulge shadow would immediately follow the upward shadow of the mountain. If we lived on a ball, we should see some form of the bulge shadow twice a day on a nearly daily basis. Without question, this never happens in reality. Therefore, the globe Earth is not reality.
Amen.
If the Earth were a globe, then the sun must set lower than the physical horizon. The sun does not set lower than the physical horizon. Therefore, the Earth
is not a globe.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Taboo Conspiracy. Yeah, they did a brilliant job with that modeling.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That was good. But yeah, no, I've never seen any of that. And then it says they do, then they've seen some kind of weird anomaly, or they're just lying.
Okay, guys. Now I don't want to be funny or anything, but now I am tired.
yeah. Well, you've gone quite late tonight.
I was gone late, but it was worth it for that showing that though, weren't it? You know?
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was good. Without a doubt. Showed how silly he was. in three different ways. Wow. That was just in demonstrations.
Blue Pill, yeah. Ballers can't claim Ben isn't educated. That's tough for them, exactly. But yeah, guys, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
You guys rock. It was a good stream actually, and hopefully STST will go and sit back and actually think of what is being shown.
That would be
Is
nice.
he going to just double down again, or is he going to provide his so-called evidence for the claims he's made?
I'd like to say the latter, but I believe the former.
You'll just get another video saying the exact same things, lying, politics.
Yeah, but it's fine as long as we just show what a dishonest guy is. That's all. We just have to show the people the stream, and if they choose to be honest with themselves and see what's going on, it's up to them. If they don't want to, it's their own problem.
Well, I've seen enough today from his comments to know that he's got no, I'm happy to leave him to it. Like, he's a stone cold brain dead idiot.
Exactly.
Well, that's putting it mildly.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate it all. Please hit that share button, hit the likes if you haven't already. Really do appreciate everyone. Thank you for all the super chats and the PayPals and just coming. You guys really, really do help this channel grow. I want to see next weekend, maybe sometime we can have another 4-hour stream or something.
That'll be groovy.
Hopefully that will work out. Do a marathon
just a
stream.
quick mention, Flav Checker in chat's wanting to try and do a collaboration with some kind of modeling on computer, and I've told him I'm not very good on computer. So I'll have to sort something out. Like he'll be around on Tuesday anyway. So
Awesome, yeah. Even if it's just, I think he just requires some data on something.
it might be better you collaborating than me, because I'm clueless with computers.
He's not too far. He's not too far from me either, Michael. Maybe better meet up or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's good. When we come see you.
Yeah.
Tight along. Be well, or gotta go watch my son play football, not soccer. To all outside of, we do stuff different in America.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys, for coming. Really appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow night for another epic stream.
Nice, guys.
Yeah, I really need sleep now.
Cool.
Thank you very, very much for coming. You guys rock. Appreciate all the support. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Blessings.